The forgotten empire that vanished without a trace. There was once an empire that ruled the ancient world. It was called the Assyrian Empire, and for centuries, it was one of the most powerful forces on earth. The Assyrians were known for their strength and brutality. They didn't just fight wars, they won them, and they made sure everyone knew it. The kings of Assyria were not just rulers. They were gods in the eyes of their people. They built huge palaces, created magnificent art and statues, and left behind records of their victories. But no empire lasts forever. Even the greatest rulers have to face time, and time catches up with everyone. As the years passed, the kings of Assyria became weaker. The army wasn't as strong. The cities weren't as protected, and enemies began to gather. The Medes, Babylonians, and Persians, they all began closing in on Assyria. One by one, they took small pieces of the empire. And in 612 BC, the Babylonians and Medes united and attacked Nineveh, the capital of Assyria. Nineveh was once a city of glory. It was filled with riches and power. But in a single battle, it was taken. The city was destroyed, burned down, its people killed or captured. It was a massive defeat. But here's the thing. Even after that, the Assyrians didn't completely disappear in battle. They vanished. No one knows exactly where they went or what happened next. Some say they simply walked away from everything. Others say the desert took them, and they were lost to the sands of time. After the fall of Nineveh, the Assyrian Empire seemed to disappear into the mists of time. There were no bodies to bury, no monuments to honor the rulers who had once been gods on earth. It was as if the empire had simply vanished, like smoke blown away by the wind. Historians have been puzzled by this for centuries. Where did the Assyrian people go? What happened to them? How could a civilization that had been so powerful be reduced to nothing but a memory? Some people believe the gods took them. Perhaps they were punished for their pride and brutality. Others think they were absorbed by the neighboring empires, merged with the Babylonians and Persians, but that still doesn't explain the complete disappearance of their culture. And then, there are those who believe something even stranger, that the Assyrians didn't die. They simply walked away. Maybe they were tired. Tired of the constant battles. Tired of the thirst for power. Tired of being feared. So they left. They left their cities, their riches, their empire behind. And they walked into the unknown. People say that years later, a farmer near the coast of the Mediterranean spotted a man who looked strangely familiar. A man who could have been Aurelian himself, but who now wore no crown, no armor. He simply wore the face of a man at peace, a man who had walked away from the empire he once ruled. Was it really him? Was it a ghost? Or was it just a dream, the final escape of a ruler who couldn't bear the weight of the world anymore? What we do know is this. The Assyrian Empire vanished, its memory fading into the sands of time. And to this day, no one has truly uncovered the truth of what happened. Maybe the truth is simple. Some empires are meant to rise, and some are meant to disappear without a trace. But that doesn't mean their story is over. The mystery of the Assyrians will live on, whispered in the wind and buried in the ruins. Because even the greatest empires leave behind something, a legacy, a story that won't fade away. And maybe, just maybe, the Assyrians didn't vanish after all. Maybe they're still here, living in the stories we tell.